Welcome everybody to the live now with paullizzi. I have an amazing guest today that is doing something really good for the community. His name is Giuliano. He's part of the, I guess you can call it a movement.
We can call it that.
We can call it a movement. Okay, movement. It's FAHK. It's you say
you.
It. You say it. I'm not. I'm not saying it.
So simple acronym. Fuck you.
Yeah. We gotta take that
For
out.
all humankind united.
FAHK, yeah, fuck you, but it's not that technically. But what's the acronym stand for? Go.
For all humankind united.
There you go. For all humankind united, and he's doing. You can say it's like an anti-bullying, or or literally just being nice, just being super nice to one another, and he just wants to convey that message. So like we had met. Where was it? How did we meet? It was
randomly a
history.
DM on Instagram.
Yeah, it was like just randomly. Yeah, we just
then we met up for coffee.
Right.
We spoke.
Right, and then we
tried to do something together. Didn't work out. Here we are on this podcast.
And then we were doing this. So this is episode number 3. So
I'm privileged. Top 5.
Yeah, top 5, man. Yeah. You were supposed to be number 4, but you ended up being number 3. No, so it's a good thing. And I was just telling Giuliano, I was like, I would love for people to know that I have this, like, I believe in this, because there's a lot of niceties are lacking. So it's like meeting him and coming together and trying to bring love is just something that's hard to find. So that's why I want to be behind it. I want people to find out that he exists so they can join his movement, and then his people could say, oh shit, who's that guy doing crazy shit on the crazy stuff. Brought to you by MontrealDrumLessons.com. MontrealDrumLessons.com. This is his studio. He's given us
his studio.
It's everybody's studio. So if you have Vince DiZazzo, if you have kids, if you are if you're close to death and you're a little bored, you can come here and you can come get lessons at MontrealDrumLessons.com. You can come check it out, MontrealDrumLessons.com. I love that video in front of Simon's with a blindfold, and you're like, your arms are out, and you're like, what was it say? Hug me? Was it that the?
It was along the lines of. If you lost someone during the holidays,
right,
take a flower and get a hug.
Right. Okay. All right. That's right. But you had done another one right after that, I think. No?
The first one I did
was
to me about it. Summer.
Yeah.
And it literally just said free hugs. So you put on the blindfold, you hold up a sign that, for example, it said free hugs, and you don't know what's gonna happen.
Right. You don't know exactly, right? You don't know.
So you're holding it up, and like, no, a minute felt like a year. Like it's like, oh my god, okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden you get a hug.
You get a hug.
It's like, okay.
I'm getting shivers. It's dope. It's so
like,
cool.
You are extremely vulnerable, right? Because you're blindfolded. You have no idea who's coming up to you. There's no prejudice. There's no judgment. No nothing, right? So I get the first hug. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, all right. Yeah. Second hug, third hug. I'm like, oh my god, this is insane.
Right.
Then I get someone coming up to me and saying thank you.
Wow.
I said, what?
That's so powerful. I'm getting goosebumps. See, I'm getting goosebumps. You see what it is?
Like, it's just a hug.
Yeah.
In my head, I'm like, but obviously you're welcome. You acknowledge them.
Right.
And then like a third or fourth or whatever. And then all of a sudden, you obviously get the negativity, right? You get someone.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, of course. Someone came by like,
that's interesting. Yeah.
Oh, COVID isn't over.
No way.
Yeah, but like, COVID or not, like, you got to be nice. Like, you got to spread some love, no?
Right. And so, you get the hardcore COVID love.
Yeah, of course. It is what it is. Whatever. You just brush it off, keep going, and then all of a sudden, you get another hug, and you get a woman coming and tell you like, wow, like I suffer from a lot of anxiety and depression, and thank you for being here.
Wow.
Like, what? Then another person comes. He's like, man, I haven't had human contact in 2 years.
No way.
Thanks for the hug. What?
Yeah.
I was like, this is insane.
That is insane.
And those stories, like that little snippet happens while I'm holding it up, and 5 minutes nothing happens, and I'm like, okay, I'm done. Okay, just wait another one. Boom. Another, and I'm like, oh my god.
So how many hugs did you get? Like,
I want to say roughly maybe a dozen and a half.
Wow.
So yeah, about 18 hugs. I was really surprised.
In a span of how much time?
Half an hour, 45 minutes.
Holy moly, that's incredible.
Yeah.
It's mind blowing. It's so simple.
Like the primary objective with my brand is like, just let's make nice cool again.
Yeah, like, it's so hard. Like, I tell people, why don't you just be nice? Oh, I can't. It's hard. It's so easy to be.
Yeah, like so, just a simple smile, a simple hi to somebody. Like,
it's such a simple message. That's why I love it. It's powerful in that way. It's like super cool that you're doing that. Or I'll play house. Yeah, so this coffee is going to be brought to you by MontrealDrumLessons.com. Vince DiZaz was working it with FAHK. FAHKU is in the house. Giuliano, super cool guy. This guy, you're going to be probably bumping into him to like big fundraisers, events coming. As soon as the weather warms up, it's
Let's
like,
hope.
be a part of it. Like, don't be scared. Like hit him up. He's like super, like, he responds. Like, if you want to be a part of the movement as well, like,
We just did the first one. We just did our first ever fundraiser in February.
Oh yeah, which I missed. That was in Miami, unfortunately.
We donated $2,750 to the
Okay,
organization.
cool. Okay, drum roll. 2,750. Right, that's crazy.
Yeah. So February you have Anti-Bullying Day.
Okay.
And ironically, I started last year on Anti-Bullying Day. That was my first campaign. Every month we do a different campaign depending on what's happening that month. So we started in the month of February.
Right.
With anti-bullying. My first month I sold about 20 pieces, so hoodies and crew necks. And so a year later, I said almost like a 1 year anniversary, let's do a fundraiser.
Right.
Let's do a fundraiser for anti-bullying. Let's make an impact. Because the way I see it, if we want to change the future, we got to start working with the youth.
Right. Right.
So if we can start working with the youth and start creating change and like...
To raise those funds, was it people donating and also you giving merch away?
So it was a combination of ticket sales,
right.
Donations that I received, private donations, merch. The fundraiser Love Culture, we called it. And I think it's going to stick for all the fundraisers coming, just because we're trying to create the culture around the fundraiser, right?
Right.
And overall, the brand, we raise money by selling apparel.
Right.
It's essentially a wearable donation.
Which he's wearing. It's right there. When we zoom in, you'll see it's right there.
I was wearing it.
What inspired you to say, let's be nice to each other? Is there something traumatic that
happened
in your life?
I wouldn't say traumatic.
Did you have bullies when you were in high school? Because I had bullies. I had that stuff for
complete opposite. When I was growing up, one of my first jobs was at a clothing store.
Okay.
And they brought in Tom shoes. I was reading their tag and did a bit of research on the company. I said, what they're doing is incredible.
Right.
You buy a pair, they donate a pair.
Right.
I said, one day I'll start something like that. But that was like 10, 15 years ago. Okay. So now, prior to COVID, in a past life, I was a personal trainer.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, fitness is a very big passion of mine.
See, this is why I do podcasts. I get to know people better. That's cool. But do you still do that? Like
I train just myself.
Okay, just right. Okay, dope.
And
sick, cool.
I was with a client and I kept getting asked questions during the session.
Right.
So in my head, I'm like, people don't realize that the client paid for the hour.
Right.
I unfortunately cannot start answering your questions if the hour is dedicated to that client. So I told the client, I said, man, I should walk around with a middle finger on my t-shirt and tell people to F off kind of thing. And just something clicked and I'm like, I got to turn that negativity into something positive.
Right.
So from there, my brain went nuts. And then all of a sudden, like I remembered the Toms, I remembered over the years, other organizations that I reached out to be a part of.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, so how can I flip the script on this? And then like during that hour session, I started brainstorming with the client and we're talking back and forth and she's also a friend of mine.
Right.
And then I'm like, man, like how can I turn this into something bigger with donations? So I said, okay, instead of FUCK, it'll be FAQ.
Yeah, I'm going to put sound to that. Right. Exactly, right.
So FAQ,
right? Yeah.
If you sound that out, you know what it is.
Right.
But I said it's too much like frequently asked questions. So
That's
it wouldn't
true.
work.
Right.
And then as the session is going on, my brain is going nuts and nuts. And I'm like, okay, for all people, for all kinds of people, for all people, you know. And then I'm like going back and forth. I'm like, oh my God, for all humankind. But then I'm like, for humankind is one word. I said, who cares? Just split it up.
Right, who cares?
Because we want to emphasize the the human and the kind, right?
Right.
So for all humankind united was became a thought in 2019.
Wow.
Now we're going to January 2022.
Right.
So I Googled anti-hate, nothing. Okay,
eh?
so let me try something.
I'm so surprised.
I went from having an emoji finger to like the skeleton because I'm like, you know what, the skeleton because behind, under our skin, we're all skin and bone. We're all bones, right?
Right.
So regardless of the color of our skin, our nationality, our sexuality, whatever it is, we're all bones.
Exactly.
So I went with that. And
I like that.
February 1st, I launched with the hopes of
creating something. And then where is he now? You see, so now like where? And then it's like you can't even imagine. Oh, by the way, actually, see, let's put it there. February 1st is brought to you by MontrealDrumLessons.com. And if you want to check me out, paullizzi.com. And what's the website that you got?
It's FAHK-United.com.
There we go, FAHK-United.com. You can check it out there. So yeah, did you think it was going to go as far as, were you surprised? Because I remember you mentioning to me that you got so much attention, and now it's like,
I can't believe
you know,
where we reached this far.
Like just
in the first year,
yeah.
I calculated last month.
Yeah.
We're over $13,000 donated.
Jeez. And he's not only just doing like fundraising, like he's like literally going to shop for, like he's getting like groceries for like families in need.
We fed a family in need during the holidays.
It's
we
incredible.
fed 132 families.
That's insane. Think about that.
My goal was 10.
That's what, 100x?
My goal was 10.
That's a 10x, right? So 10 times more than what he thought. So in 2 years from now, what is it going to be?
So like this year, we have no idea. The month of August, it's back to school season.
Right.
So I found an organization.
Oh, that was cool. I remember seeing that. Yeah.
They're called Regroupement Partage. They have a campaign, Opération Sac à Dos.
What?
And they give school bags to underprivileged school children to go back to school with school supplies.
Stuff. Right.
When I heard, like, it's obviously because it's not in my bubble. I hate to say this, but I'm ignorant to certain things. And when I heard that, like, some students, they go to school with no school supplies, I'm getting shivers because, like, that's extremely heart-wrenching.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I cannot believe, like, I feel so bad because then that triggers the bullying and that triggers, like, it brings on so many other things.
That's true.
So I wanted to be a part of it.
Right, because they're going there. Everyone has everything, and I'm like, I don't have that, and then you get this anger. No, that's why it's so important. Anyways, go ahead.
It's funny because I called the organization. I said, "How do I donate?" They're like, if you want school supplies, you have to call. I said, no. I said, you're telling me you don't accept donations. I don't understand. They couldn't understand that I was a random reaching out to donate.
Holy moly! See, that's so cool. Yeah.
We ended up giving out 42 school bags.
Wow.
Again, goal of like 15, like something super small.
42 school bags. Imagine what we can all do if we join that movement. You know,
this August, keep your eyes out because we're going to be doing something big.
I love this concept. And it's funny because as an artist, it's because I have original music. I'm just going to talk 1 second because it's funny how we connected. It's because as an artist, I hate doing other people's songs because once you do other people's songs, you kind of become typecast, like if I start doing Justin Bieber's or Shawn Mendes or like, and then if I perform live and they're like, oh, Pitbull, whatever, my band, I'm doing Pitbull. No, then they're like, but who's paullizzi? So I'd rather be like under the radar. But there was one song that always stuck right here. So when I would like perform with like artists that would do top 40, for example, or whatever music that people recognize, there was always one song that I would do, and it was "Where Is the Love" from Black Eyed Peas. People killing, people dying, children hurting, even crying. When you're whatever, And then, what's wrong with the world, mama? People living like they ain't got no, like that.
Yes.
And that's why I feel, and that's the only song I'll ever do like live, because I'm literally like, and I'm doing it like, I'm like, if I ever do a song, it's the only song I'm going to do because it's about where's the love. A lot of people think that I do music to be this whatever it is. Like, yes, I'm blessed. I'm still working my ass off. But it's more about once I get there, I'm going to be able to have a platform similar to that. Maybe I'll have that 1 million followers and you're on my platform. And all of a sudden, everything explodes even more. And I know everyone says they want to go build houses in Uganda, but it's not even about that. It's more of like an educational thing where people online are going to be able to see and be better than themselves, I want to inspire others because like you're saying, 100%. There's someone there listening that's in their basement, and it's like, oh man, I love what he's doing. And he said that one thing and he can literally change someone's life. So that's, I see I'm getting shivers, and so that's my story of doing cover music. So if ever you want to check it out, this beautiful story is brought to you by MontrealDrumLessons.com by Vince DiZazzo, FAHK FAHKU-United. FAHK-United. Anyways, we're going to put it on the screen wherever it's going to be, here, there, everywhere. And if you want to check out paullizzi.com, I got some dope shit there too. You weren't a DJ, was that it? Or you worked?
I still have my own DJ company.
Right, you still have, right. Yes. So you see, that's another thing. It's like he's ambidextrous. He's like, okay, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this, I'm doing
Sometimes
that.
It gets a little hectic though. But,
no, I've been there.
Somehow this brand is getting some attention from these artists. abroad. DJ Choose randomly started liking my stories on Instagram.
No way.
Yeah. I think it was like month of April or May, and I thought, okay, for sure it's a bot or something. I didn't think it was real.
Yeah.
Starts liking my posts. Then I follow him. I purposely make sure like I refollow him so he sees that I'm like on top of the feed. I send him a message. Hey man, thank you so much for the likes. I appreciate it. And he likes my DM. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
It has to be a publicist. It has to be a PR manager. It can be him.
Yeah. And
so for about a month span, it was me liking his stuff, him liking my stuff, me sending him a message, hey man, where are you coming to Montreal? He sends me his schedule, whatever. So he comes to Montreal July 22nd.
July 22nd.
Last year he came to Montreal.
Okay, last year.
So I see he's coming in, I'm writing him a message, hey man, you're coming to Montreal, I'd love to give you some merch. Yeah, no problem, I'll let you know when I'm in town.
Go ahead, you have an idea, go ahead.
Week before he comes, I'm like, hey man, next week, let me know when you're available, when you arrive. I have your package ready, I want to bring you some stuff. Perfect.
Right.
The week comes, he sends me his WhatsApp number.
No way.
Yeah, I'm like, what? Comes to Montreal.
Right.
I send him a WhatsApp. Yeah. He sends me his address where he's staying, which hotel he's staying at.
Yeah.
Okay. Which day? That day, this time. Perfect.
Crazy.
So I bring like more stuff than I was supposed to. Right. Like I told him this, but I brought him more stuff.
Right. And then.
So I'm in the lobby.
Yeah.
I had to meet him around 1 p.m. And I'm there at like 12:45. At 1 p.m. I send him a message. No answer.
Oh no.
1:15, no answer.
Suspense.
1:30, no answer.
Yeah, suspense music.
1:35, no answer. And I said, you know what? I said, I'll wait till 2. I said, maybe he's busy or whatever.
Yeah.
I'll wait till 2.
Probably they are. And they like. Oh yeah.
1:45, he sends me a message.
Okay.
Hey, I was an important call. I'm so sorry to have kept you waiting. I said, listen, I'm still here. If you're in the area, if you're still upstairs, I'm coming down.
Dope.
I had no idea it was still him. I thought it would have been like someone pulling my leg.
How many followers has he got? Or like how big is he? Like
100,000.
No, that's amazing. That's great. Because that's a good awareness. You see, that's what it's about. I love it. See, I'd be that guy.
It's nuts. And he came down. The elevator doors open. He came down. And I said, hi, nice to meet you. My name is Giuliano.
Yeah.
He's like, thank you for picking me to wear your stuff. I'm like,
jeez.
What? I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I started this in the month of February.
Yeah.
Or July.
That's huge. You see
5 months.
That's huge.
That's huge. I'm like, maybe a couple hundred followers. I said like nothing big. He's like, thank you. I really appreciate you. I'm like, what? I said, no, I have to thank you. I said, I can't believe like we're actually meeting. This is insane.
Yeah.
So over the months, talking back and forth, and now some of the artists that he manages, aka
cool.
Barbosa,
that's cool.
They sent me a message like, hey man, we saw Choose wearing your stuff. We'd love to be a part of the culture, part of the community. I said, perfect. You're getting your stuff. What do you want? It's coming on the way. Perfect.
That is so cool. So it's official. You're my manager. You're gonna talk because in Europe, this shit with them, oh my god, it's off the hook. And if I have like a hit track that it's done. You're booked. You're booking.
My number one priority was obviously quality.
Right.
It was with the merchandise. Right. It was bringing the most quality I can, or I should say how can I word this? How can I be of service to the foundation or people that I'm helping out? Right. So also, that's number one.
It's like the clothes also represent the quality of what you're doing. So everything has to be top notch, just like MontrealDrumLessons.com. This drum set is like, I won't even purchase it. That's how expensive. I can't even touch this thing. But exactly, like it's everything you do. Everything is great. It's
on point. Yeah.
Everything's like it
has to be. I think with the followers I have now, without them, obviously I wouldn't be where I am now with the reach, with the impact, with everything.
It's the beginning. You never know. One of those guys could be. You can say, "Hey, I have an idea for maybe you hug people and I'm with you or something crazy," and you're gonna go super viral. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be nuts. And that's why I wanted to have you guys meet Giuliano, because honestly, we need more soldiers. Like I'm wearing, I literally have wore this thing. It's like the authentic thing, because we're soldiers. We're soldiers to, a lot of people assume the worst, or a lot of people want to assume the worst, but we're here to say, no, we're just like you. We want to have like a positivity, because it changes, like you said, that one hug.
Maybe change someone's life.
Change someone's life. It's like, oh my God, this exists. And just hearing it changes my perspective on things of how to be gentle and to be nice with people, because everyone's going through their own thing.
Yeah.
Worse than us. So, and a lot of us are spoiled. We are, and I have to say, we're a bit spoiled, as even though we don't have the weather here in Canada, but we're spoiled, and we don't know that other people don't have school supplies. We don't know what the feeling is
here in Canada. That's the worst
in
part.
Canada.
It's not even. We're not even talking abroad. We're talking local. We're talking Montreal, Laval.
Like that house that you drive by.
Yes.
Those people are having a hard time. And so
there's
so
the house you drive by in November. I did a campaign for a foster home.
Okay.
The foster home is in the middle of a regular neighborhood. Like there's no sign saying there's a foster home. So like, you know, you can be driving by and be like, why are these kids? Why is this one person with 10 kids? It's because there could be a foster home. And like,
you think it's a daycare or a school or who knows? And but actually it isn't. That's why we have to open up our eyes more to it. So that's why I love what you're doing, and I want to bring it to you. Everybody's attention. Like I need to give this message out. That's not just about the music. It's about creating a platform of niceties and inspiring others and doing great
nice.
things. Just to be nice. It's very important to be nice because this day and age we're being torn apart even more like jackals and wolves, you know? And just in general how families have evolved. It's like I have my house down there and you have your house down there, and it's like it's not like that. I used to go out and I used to like, you know, okay, there's my cousin. Okay, there's my friend. There's my... Now it's like...
It's very different.
Yeah, so we need more nice stuff going on. What would you like to tell them, like how to be a part of the movement? And
so how to be a part of it is quite simple.
Yeah.
Follow us on Instagram.
Right.
FAHK.united.
Right.
For sure, some stuff coming up with in terms of events, guaranteed.
We manifested it. It's coming today. We planted the seed today, and whatever it's coming. So be a part of it. Follow him. Follow me. Follow MontrealDrumLessons.com, paullizzi.com, and FAHK-united.com. And I think that's it.
That's it, man. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Dude,
this is cool. The first one.
I'm a third one. Yeah, number 3.
But this was my first one.
And see?
First ever podcast.
Yeah, no. And hopefully I do a great edit, so it's going to look good for both of us. But
hopefully you don't see the sweating, because I'm pretty stressed.
And that being said, we're just going to say goodbye. Thank you so much. Again, MontrealDrumLessons.com, paullizzi.com, and just be nice to each other.